Hello again and happy Friday Eve. We had a pretty cool day behind that cold front yesterday, a good 20 to 25 degrees below the yesterday's high temperatures we're seeing across West Texas today. That warm spot Comanche only getting up to 65 degrees compared to 86 on yesterday. San Angelo as well as Abilene both reached a high of 61 degrees. Farther west and up in the big country did see some of those places only hanging out in the mid to upper 50s. Snyder was that overall cool spot, seeing a high of 55 degrees today. Now at this point, most of us or all of us down to the 50s, mostly the low to mid 50s, 51 up in Sweetwater, 54 over in Abilene. Just a little bit warmer here in San Angelo, 55. That warm spot getting into the hill country, Mason and Junction, currently 57 degrees. Now with this colder air in place and these clear skies, we're going to see sub-freezing temperatures tonight. A lot of us getting down into the upper 20s, especially up in the Concho Valley where we have that lower elevation. So 29 expected here in San Angelo. Abilene, a little bit warmer, but still below freezing. 31 expected there. That only location not getting below freezing going to be Comanche, getting all the way down to 34 degrees. So just remember to bring in those plants overnight, cover any exposed pipes, bring in any outdoor pets as well, and keep a check-in on your loved ones that might be living alone with these colder temperatures. Now over the next few days, we are seeing temperatures back on the rise, getting into the 70s as early as Sunday, back to the mid 70s for the first half of next week. And that's thanks to this next upper level high starting to move over West Texas by the weekend. Then as we get into the start of next week, that'll become more zonal flow as that next low, upper level low starts developing to our west. Now as that moves east by midweek, that'll help drag our next cold front through. So we'll see a pattern similar to what we saw this week, starting out warm, getting cool by the second half of the week. But as we start to think about springtime, I know that seems pretty odd to talk about spring in January. The Climate Prediction Center has put out their latest, and so that is the El Nino Southern Oscillation Index. We are looking at transitioning from La Nina conditions, that's what we've been seeing so far, to more neutral conditions. So what that generally means is here in the Pacific Ocean, La Nina conditions are associated with those cooler waters, but now that we're seeing these waters starting to warm along those coastlines, that's helping us see more neutral conditions. Now what does that mean for us? Well, when we have neutral ENSO conditions, we have that subtropical jet bringing in warmer air for the southern half of the country, which is what we've pretty much already been seeing with the La Nina conditions. But that major difference is now we're going to have more moisture, especially in the southeast, but getting into the eastern half of the state. Up north, they're going to still be seeing colder conditions with that polar jet stream dipping into the Midwest and Northeast. But for us, those main impacts we're looking at are these continued trend of above average temperatures, but hopefully some more rain, which we can really use, especially here in West Texas. East Texas saw their drought conditions completely decrease, but into the heartland and hill countries, we have extreme, even exceptional drought towards the San Antonio area. Taking a deeper look at West Texas, in the big country, we have severe and moderate drought conditions here in the Concho Valley and northern Edwards Plateau, more moderate to abnormally dry. So any rain we can try to squeeze out of these neutral conditions can help these drought conditions over the next several months. But bringing it back to the now, we are going to stay pretty close to average going into the weekend, getting into the 70s as early as Sunday, where we'll stay there through the first half of next week. That cold front I mentioned earlier that'll come midweek, bringing some isolated rain chances, but will dry up by this time next week. Back to you, Esmeralda.